Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Steve asked Whitley why she wanted to resign at the hospital. Whitley emphasized how much she enjoyed her profession. "If you're so happy here, why do you want to quit? Unless you're going somewhere?" Steve inquired. Whitley acknowledged her desire for a fresh start in a different city. "I'm going to Arizona," Whitley announced. Whitley stated that she has family in the area. "I bet, considering you're one of 5 kids," Steve added. Whitley's smile had faded. Whitley inquired, "How do you know that?" Steve informed Whitley that the FBI had conducted a background check on her following Abby's disappearance. "It's completely routine," Steve assuaged Whitley. Whitley claimed she had already explained why she had left work early on the day Abe went missing. "I know. You see, the thing is, we're not exactly clear on what happened yet. And this is Mayor Carver we're talking about. We're not just going to let this go, not me, not the cops, and definitely not the FBI. You know, Ed was Ellie's father-in-law. That man is going to keep digging until he nails down the entire timeline, accounting for every minute between when Ada went missing and when he ended up in that river," Steve said. Steve stated that law authorities wanted all of the details, particularly from the last person to see Abe. "It wasn't me. It was Jerry," Whitley explained. "The guy who saw Abe fall into the water." Steve inquired. Whitley, according to Steve, was the last person to see Abe before he vanished from a hospital. "No, Jerry," Whitley insisted. Steve inquired of Whitley whether Jerry had been present at the hospital on the day of Abe's disappearance. "Yes, he was just lingering outside Abe's room," Whitley lied. "Well, why didn't you tell anybody about it?" Steve inquired. Whitley explained that she had not considered it significant until she read in the news that Jerry had been the witness at the docks. "I didn't want to get in trouble with Mr. Prentice because he's such a nice man," Whitley explained. "Or not," Steve grumbled. Whitley seemed to be surprised and asked Steve whether he felt Jerry was involved in Abby's disappearance. Whitley eavesdropped on Steve's phone call to John. "Whitley said something very interesting to me. Do you have an address on this Jerry Prentice guy?" Steve inquired. Whitley said to herself after Steve left the hospital, "Sorry, Jerry, but I didn't want to do this." Whitley hoped loudly that Jerry had left Salem before Steve found him. Lunny knocked on Jerry's front door as he quickly prepared to leave town. "What are you doing here?" "I thought your father's funeral was today," Jerry wondered. "You weren't there, were you?" Lunny inquired. Jerry indicated that he wanted to express his condolences. Lunny observed that having a funeral without a body was unusual. "There are still all these unanswered questions," Lunny explained. Lunny inquired if she may speak with Jerry. Lunny saw Jerry's bag as he waved her into his flat. "Are you going somewhere?" Lunny inquired. Jerry stated that he intended to return to Los Angeles to work as an actress. Lunny reminded Jerry that he had told Theo about something Jerry needed to tell him. "Yeah, I just wanted to tell him again how sorry I was about your father," Jerry explained. Lunny agreed with a nod. Lunny inquired as to why Jerry had fled the docks. Lunny inquired, "Are you sure we didn't do something to make you nervous?" "Why would you and Theo make me nervous?" Jerry asked, averting his gaze. Jerry appeared apprehensive, according to Lunny. "I'm just excited to get packing," Jerry explained. Lunny agreed to let Jerry finish his packing after she posed her questions. "Are you sure, Jerry, that there wasn't anything else you wanted to tell Theo?" Lunny inquired, looking Jerry in the eyes. "Like what?" Jerry inquired. Lunny sighed, noting that as a former cop and the victim's daughter, she was driven to learn the truth and give everyone who loved him answers, including myself, Lunny added. Lunny begged Jerry to tell her anything he knew about Abe's disappearance so she might find closure in his death. Okay, I lied," Jerry exclaimed. Lunny inquired, "What did you lie about?" Jerry said that his entire story had been fabricated. Lunny shouted, "What do you mean?" Jerry revealed that the evidence had been deposited at the docks by him. Lunny shouted, What did you do to him? I did nothing to your father. It was all Nurse King's plan. Everything that happened was all part of her plan, Jerry explained. Whitley had given Jerry the proof to put at the docks, Jerry said Lani. Lani questioned, why would you do that? Whitley, Jerry explained, had assisted him in obtaining medication for his grandma. I knew it was wrong. But when Whitley asked for help, I couldn't say no, and I thought I was helping, and I thought she was a good person, Jerry explained. Lani inquired as to what had become of Abe. Jerry confirmed Abe's survival. Nurse King has had him this whole time, Jerry admitted. Whitley had kidnapped Abe, and she had posed to be his wife, according to Jerry. And she paid me to tell Abe that I'm your brother Theo, Jerry pointed out. Lani inquired, and he believed you. Jerry said that Abe's memory had been hampered by his head injury. Every once in a while, he has these little flashes, like a memory comes back to him, Jerry explained. Jerry informed Lani that Abe was aware that something was wrong, but Whitley had been sedating him in order to keep him helpless. Lani questioned, why would you be a part of something so sick? Jerry said that he had accepted a role as an actor. I had no idea I'd have to fake Abe's death, Jerry exclaimed. Jerry informed Lani that Abe was at Whitley's place, but she was leaving town with Abe. Jerry cried as Lani raced out the door, I'm sorry. Jerry began packing his belongings while muttering under his breath, I'm sorry, Miss King. Abe's daughter deserved to know the truth, but I'm not gonna be there when she finds him. I'm not going down for this. Jerry came to a complete halt. A drugged Abe continued to watch his soap opera in Whitley's apartment. On the show, Abe had a hallucination thinking he was Henry Marshall. Abe changed from his bathrobe to a suit for the show. Lorna, played by a Kate impersonator, asked Henry whether he was ready to run for mayor. This town has needed new leadership ever since the last guy got possessed by the devil, Lorna explained. Lorna offered to be Henry's communications director. Henry said that the scenario sounded familiar. And nothing or no one will be able to stop us, Lorna declared. Cassandra, the character who resembled Kayla, entered. Is that a fact? Cassandra inquired. Henry inquired, are you a doctor? Lorna burst out laughing. Lorna was told by Cassandra that she couldn't fix the mayoral election. Lorna contended that Henry might win in a fair manner. You see, I have my very own perfect candidate right here, Cassandra explained. On the soap opera, Paulina entered the room. Do I know you? Henry inquired. Paulina was introduced as Sandra by Cassandra. Sandra declared her mayoral candidacy, claiming she could win only on the basis of her campaign cookies. My first act after winning will be to bulldoze the town square and build my new discount store, Clarkingtown, Sandra explained. I'm getting a strange sense of déjà vu about Sandra, Henry admitted. Sandra has had that plan before, according to Henry. And that's not the only secret you've kept, Henry pointed out. Sandra informed Henry that they had never met. Henry furrowed his brow, unable to recall the secret. I remember. You and I, we have a daughter, Henry recalled. In the real world, a heavily sedated Abe watched the soap with a bewildered expression. A knock came on a door, and Henry pointed it out.